does it feel like WrestleMania is literally around the corner for you? Does it really feel like WrestleMania is, what, less than 10 days away, maybe? Does it feel like that to you? Because for me, nah. It just feels like another ordinary, generic WWE pay-per-view that's going to be too long just coming around the corner. That's what it feels like. Because when it's WrestleMania, when it comes to WrestleMania, WrestleMania by itself, it's a show that everybody's going to watch regardless. WrestleMania is a show that when you even say the damn word, when you say the name, you just feel a certain way about it. That's how it used to be. Nowadays, it's very hard for me to say I'm excited for WrestleMania, but then again, this is how it's always been with me. On the road to WrestleMania, I'm always like, like I'm just not overhyped. I'm not excited. Exactly. Like, the day of, I'm gonna be like, oh shit, like on the day. But like when it's the months and the countdown of how many days until WrestleMania, you don't really get excited. It's like, okay, yeah, WrestleMania's coming up, yeah. But like years ago for me, WrestleMania season mattered, but nowadays it doesn't seem like that to me now. And with WrestleMania coming up, I literally found out that WrestleMania is going to be 5 hours long. And I mean the main card is going to be 5 hours long. That means the kickoff show is going to be 3 hours long. So that means, by that logic, the kickoff show is going to start at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, and the main show is going to start at 6. Holy! That is too much for my liking. I'm sorry. Oh shit. Now I could easily just come out and say I'm not gonna sit here and watch 5 hours of WrestleMania. Fuck that. But in reality, I am. I know, I'm complaining about it, even though in the end of the day, I'm still gonna sit down and watch the show. But I'm just saying, like, for me, it's like 5 hours. I'm not thinking about myself when I complain about it. I'm thinking about everybody else. I'm thinking about some that doesn't like the idea. Because obviously, to those who like it, alright, you like it, cool. But I'm trying to figure out why others don't like it. And the main reason is it's too fucking long. 5 hours? 5 hours for a fucking show? Like, some people would say 3. And honestly, for a WrestleMania, like when you think WrestleMania, man, 4 hours is just the right number for me. Because at least, like normal pay-per-views used to be 3 hours, right? Like Backlash, Judgment Day, or Money in the Bank, or Extreme Rules, TLC, Survivor, like, all these shows that are not WrestleMania. Any pay-per-view that's not WrestleMania would be 3 hours, and now everything is 4, so I guess WrestleMania goes up an hour. Like, that's insane. Too much for our liking, man. Too much, Quantity over quality is WWE's logic here. That's their mindset. That's their mind frame at this point. But for us, dude, it's quality over quantity, okay? There's some matches I'm okay with, and I'm a little bit excited for. Some, or I'm not. It's insane how, like, there's a lot of news and speculation about WrestleMania, but yet, when it comes to WrestleMania season and how things are going, SmackDown's doing a decent job. They're doing a good job of that. But Raw, for the women, it's too much. I don't know what's going on. Who am I supposed to be cheering for? Literally on SmackDown on Tuesday, I was cheering for Charlotte Flair. Even though a couple of weeks ago I was against Charlotte Flair, but I'm cheering for Charlotte Flair. And in reality, I'm starting to like Flair more than Becky Lynch. Because WWE has overbooked Becky so hard to where I think like they're doing too much. Like they're doing so much for something that doesn't need all of what happened over the past 2 months. You know? Freaking, ever since winning the Rumble, she's coming out on crutches. And after that, she keeps getting assaulted. Then she got suspended. Then she got, she got suspended. Then after that, she keeps coming back in and getting arrested. And then getting hurt again. Still having a cast on her leg. Had a match while she was injured. And then, but which, by the way, that's a logic gap. Because, but then again, she signed a no harmless agreement. But then again, why would, anyways. Like, it's just so up and down. It's like, why the injury angle? Why couldn't you just keep her off TV? Just let her cut promos on the match. Ronda Rousey turning heel was the turning point of this feud, and it actually became better. Because Rousey being a badass bitch, it just makes things a lot better for us. Because it's more enjoyable. It's less cringy for me. Because Rousey comes out, she's speed walking towards the ring. It's cool. But then, when you look at Charlotte Flair, yes, she is the third wheel. Without a doubt. I said this before, she's the third wheel. But, in a way, look at it like this. The attention is on Becky. Right? People are looking at Becky as like the cornerstone of this whole thing. Why women are main eventing WrestleMania, which is facts. You know, without Becky Lynch, none of this would have been legitimate. They would have forced a women's WrestleMania match onto us. And then it would have felt like Roman Reigns main eventing WrestleMania for the 5th time. For no reason. It would be like, that's what it would have felt like if Becky was not in this situation and just making this whole feud good, you know. That's the first thing you gotta keep that in mind. Also, Charlotte Flair, now that she won the SmackDown Women's title from Asuka, and honestly, I'm happy about that because honestly, what the fuck were they gonna do with Asuka? Were they going to keep her off the show? Force her in a match that nobody will ever care about? Force her in a match against Rose, Deville, and Naomi, or whoever the fuck they're going to put her against. And then what? She'll retain and then that's it? Or are we going to have Naomi win the title again? Or somehow Mandy Rose gets a chance of being the champion? Or Deville, that's not happening for Deville yet. So, what we're going to do with Asuka? Asuka has been flat after winning the women's title. After winning the SmackDown Women's Championship at TLC in the women's main event. It was his first SmackDown main event in the whole dual branded pay-per-view. And it was the first time ever that the women were able to main event a TLC pay-per-view in a TLC match, triple threat. And Asuka came out on top. Then a month later, able to defend the title at the Rumble. After that, what was she doing? Nothing. So when Charlotte Flair randomly got a title shot on the spot on SmackDown and won the champ, I was cheering for Charlotte to win. Because I knew exactly where this was going if she won. When she won, she would have went to WrestleMania with the belt. Everybody else is like, Asuka, you deserve better, blah, blah. Look, she does, but at the same time, we ain't talking about Asuka right now. It ain't about Asuka, it ain't about Naomi, it ain't about all these other females in the damn locker room. It's the top 3 we're talking about. Rousey, Lynch, Flair. That's it. We're not talking about all the other outcasts that's going to be in the Women's Battle Royale anyway on the kickoff show. So it wouldn't really matter. So Flair winning the title is a great thing. She gets to go on to WrestleMania with the belt. And then possibly, I really hope this happens. Because there's no fucking way, and I plan to do this in my Universe mode as well, but there's no fucking way WWE is really gonna book for the rest of the year 2 main women's championships and then the tag team for the women as well. No way. No way. No, there's no way. They could try, but it's gonna feel worse than how the men's tag team division is right now. So it's not going to work out. So you might as well kill one and then use the other 2 as an advantage. So hopefully at WrestleMania, Becky Lynch will be able to come out as the undisputed WWE Women's Champion without a doubt. With both belts on her shoulder, but she get rid of one. Either they make her a new championship belt or, for the love of God, please keep the SmackDown Women's title version. Because the Raw one sucks compared to that one. Like, at first in 2016, when they introduced the Women's Championship, it was beautiful. It was nice. But then when you look at the SmackDown one, when they debuted it later on in the year 2016, you're like, fuck the Raw one. Let's keep that one. The blue one is more beautiful looking than the red one, okay? So, if I was WWE, I would keep the blue one, because it looks better than the red one. The red one just looks, it's too much red. Too much red for my liking, okay? Blue with a little bit of red, there you go. That's WWE, and that's the Women's Championship belt you should go with after this whole thing at WrestleMania. So that's just my opening statement about, not only about WrestleMania, the feel of it, but also the main event of it, where the women get to go on and fight for the championship now that Flair has the SmackDown Women's belt. So you might as well, do it to one. And either they create a new, if they're gonna create a new belt, please, for the love of God, make it nice, make it unique. That's all I care about. Unique, not a copy of what we already seen with other belts. Freaking, like, at first when they debuted the women's title in 2016, I'm like, okay, they're gonna treat the women like how they treat the men. So the women's title looks like the WWE Championship, what the men fight for. Nice, all right, good. But then after that, when the brand split came through, they had the Raw belt, the Raw tag team belts, SmackDown tag team belts come through. By the way, SmackDown tag team belts look a lot better than the Raw tag team belts, just saying. And same thing for the women. So you might as well kill that noise. And for the Universal title and WWE Championship, same shit. They looked exactly the same. Okay, maybe not now with Bryan with his championship belt, but I digress, So, I just hope after WrestleMania season's done, when it's a new year, in the new WWE calendar year from April to April, from this coming April to next year April in 2020, let's pray to God that after WrestleMania, it will be the undisputed WWE Women's Champion, and it's the Women's Tag Team titles that are only in for the women division. That's all I hope for. Now, a part of me does hope for a women's intercontinental or mid-card title. A part of me does, but at the same time, I don't know. I just don't know about that yet, because who is gonna do what? Mandy Rose and Deville, I mean, they're good for a tag team, so they can compete for the tag belt, so they don't really need any singles titles right now. Who else you got? Carmella maybe can go for a mid-card belt. So Carmella, Naomi, freaking, who else you got on Raw? Dana Brooke, maybe? Just think of all the women that they're not using, and then maybe they could be used for a mid-card title, but in the end, I don't know. It's tough to say. It's hard for me to say, they should have a mid-card title for the women. I honestly don't think they should right now. Unless the women's division is very jacked, then they should, get a new title belt. But if they're going to introduce a new women's title belt, they got to do it later on. Not later on in the year, actually. Next year. They should do it next year. Do it next year, okay? Because we already had the women's tag team belts, and it already feels unimportant already, because you got Nia Jax and Tamina fighting for it. You got, even though they lost at Fastlane, I thought rematches were antiquated, but that's beside the point. Then you got Beth Phoenix and Natty going at it, with Natty's dad going in the Hall of Fame. Congrats, by the way. Oh, then you got another team who beat the tag team champions, who deserves the opportunity. Peyton Royce and Billie Kay. They actually won their match against the Boston Hug Connection, unlike Nia Jax and Tamina. So why the fuck are Nia Jax and Tamina getting a shot? This match, in reality, should be a triple threat instead of a fatal four-way. It should be a triple threat. Oh, Nia Jax and Tamina are attacking you back-to-back weeks. Oh, they're in a match. So wait, you will, give somebody something that they want when they attacked you. Wow. That's how things work now. So if I could just beat up somebody at the store, I'll get what I want in the end? Is that what you're telling me? I know. Anyways. Then you got the whole Kofi Kingston situation. Kofi Kingston is finally going to WrestleMania against the WWE champion. Now, Luke Owen from Wrestle Talk made this a thing. He kept this in mind. He just put it out there because who knows with WWE and their freaking shenanigans, okay? Vince McMahon you gotta pay attention to his words. That's what you need to pay attention to, you know? Vince said if the New Day, aka Biggie and Xavier, were able to win the gauntlet matches, on SmackDown, then Kofi is going to WrestleMania. But he never really stated, even though we know he knows what we want for Kofi, but in the end, he never really clarified in what capacity Kofi Kingston is going to WrestleMania. So next week on SmackDown, for all we know, Vince would be like, well, I said you're going to WrestleMania. I didn't say you're fighting for the WWE Championship. You know? So, yeah, so I gotta give props to Luke Owen, because shit, that is true. He never really clarified that Kofi is going to WrestleMania for the WWE to fight for the WWE title. Even though at the end of the show he's like, oh, can the B+ player beat the WWE champion? I mean, yeah, he may have said that, but that still didn't really clarify that Kingston is fighting for the WWE title. It was just a simple question. Hey, can this guy beat the WWE champion? Like, it was a simple question, so you just gotta think about that. Now, I'm on WrestlingInc.com, and JR, good old Jim Ross, okay, says WWE should have kept the race out of Kofi Kingston's WrestleMania 35 storyline. WWE HOF Jim Ross took to Twitter this week and spoke out against WWE bringing racing to Kofi Kingston's Mania 35 storyline with Daniel Bryan. JR wrote, race shouldn't have never been brought into Kofi Kingston's storyline. It's a classic underdog story. Race, religion, and politics have no place on wrestling, like RASSILIN, TV, IMO, in my opinion. One fan replied to JR's tweet and said he believes race is the big reason why Kofi's storyline resonated with fans. Ross responded only because the race component was so strongly introduced within the storyline, in my opinion. Another wrestling fan pointed out how to race, religion, politics, and other unnecessary bullshit has been a part of pro wrestling storylines for a long time, and how WWE is. I don't know how someone's going to tell JR about what's been in wrestling for so long, even though he's been in the business for so fucking long. So I have no idea why someone would do that to good old JR. That's just me. I would never try to battle somebody on their knowledge of the business when they've been in it or they have been around it for so long. I'm never gonna do that because it's just dumb to me, at least. I've been watching this shit for 10 years, but yet I don't want to go battle someone like a Dave fucking Meltzer or some shit, someone of that caliber, who's been watching this shit for years, and I just be like, oh, well, this has been here for years. Like, don't fucking tell me what's been in the business for years. I've been in this shit for years. So, I don't want to do that. Anyways, storyline for a long time, and how WWE is on the right side of those topics mostly these days. Ross responded, I realize that, Chris, but that doesn't mean a short biz entity should attempt to voluntarily add race, religion, or politics to a wrestling storyline, in my opinion. Ross also said that numerous obstacles forced on Kofi is what made him an underdog in the feud with Bryan, nothing less. So that's pretty much it. That one guy, Ambitious Rodent, says, JR, I love you, but race... yeah, okay, that's the guy that said has been in there for a long time, and he's like, yeah. Yeah. So, oh, wow. Some people are wild in here. I don't know what the fuck. This guy, Ezra Watts says, Vince McMahon is friends with the presidents. I guess Vince is friends with a lot of presidents in the past. Maybe that's true. I don't know. Vince McMahon is friends with presidents of the United States of America, and you just said race, religion, and politics have nothing to do with wrestling. Donald Trump was featured at a WrestleMania as a star attraction, but politics have nothing to do with wrestling. JR just said, you missed the point in your haste to engage in an argument. I simply expressed my opinion. That's what people like to do. You say one thing, and then some fucking idiot out of nowhere just be like, hey, you're wrong. You are wrong. This, and that. And it's like, bro, I'm just saying what was on my mind. Fuck you mean? I don't need you to tell me what's right or wrong. I'm just telling you what's been going on in my head, okay? Just fuck off. You're just trying to have an argument, but you're failing. Relax yourself. Many wrestlers, this is what another person says. Joe Carlson, at Operation Joe, says, WWE has been using race and ethnicity and nationality in tired tropes for decades. I recommend to play the immaculate entrance of Chad Deity for a thoughtful conversation on wrestling and its importance in representation of heroes and villains. JR says many wrestling promotions have distastefully used race to sell tickets for decades. That doesn't make it right, Joe. Thanks for chiming in. Like, people are just saying shit. People are just saying things without thinking. Like, it's weird, you know? Another guy, at What Sleep, though, says, race was always going to be a part of the storyline. The WWE doesn't have the history to not make it a part of the storyline. And why is he really an underdog? Why is he considered an underdog in a match with Daniel Bryan? Because of numerous obstacles forced on Kofi, says JR. Like, were you watching the program? The dude was put in a fucking gauntlet match for him to get a shot. It's not really Daniel Bryan per se that he's an underdog against. It's the fucking machine that's making him an underdog. Oh, it's not Daniel Bryan 100%. Daniel Bryan has something to do with it, but it's not Bryan 100% like how Bryan against the Authority type shit. No, not really. Like, it's not like Daniel Bryan is the root of all evil in this whole situation. It's Vince. It's Vince McMahon. That's the problem in this whole thing. That's why Kofi's an underdog. Just reading these is making me mad, I swear. Okay. Oh, here we go. At Parker8133 says, Booker T versus Triple H at WrestleMania 19, but he didn't say that. He said Booker T versus Triple H at 19 in 2003 had overt, I'm just reading what it says, had overt racial overtones to major promos in the build. It was obvious. And then Jim Ross says, that certainly doesn't make it right. Like, duh. And then another guy says, at CJ Mills 82, just curious, were you involved in storyline decisions for Slaughter, NLD, Nation of Domination, Heart Foundation, all huge racial elements? JR basically said, no, but what difference would it make? If I was doing as I was instructed, but that certainly doesn't make it strategic in today's world. It doesn't make it strategic in today's world. Pretty much saying it's not smart in today's world. Then, yeah, because then back in the day, you could almost get away with almost everything back then. You know, because back then because we didn't have society full of pussies nowadays like we do now. You know, like before. Not really, you know? Not really. Before, I mean, all you have to do is just don't say the N-word if you're a different race than black, and then you're good. That's pretty much it. I swear to God, that's how I always saw it. But then nowadays, you have to be careful with whatever the fuck you say. Because you say one thing, somebody on this fucking godforsaken planet is gonna fucking get butthurt about it. Oh, man. God damn it. You can say one thing, and then someone's gonna hate you for the rest of their life. And the way how you found out that someone doesn't like you, so they unfollow you on Twitter or Instagram. Ooh. Really? Like I had a friend of mine who was bugging out because like a friend of his unfollowed him, and it's or I think it was either a friend or a girl he liked unfollowed him on Instagram. I'm like, why are you bugging? It's like, but like, why? I'm like, fam, is this what people are into nowadays? If somebody unfollows you, you flip out, and then you just you try to find a reason why they unfollowed you. It's like, wow, that's just wow. Or like, and it's like how wrestling fans were going crazy when Goldberg followed AEW on Twitter. Now it's like, yeah, there's like a little thing there. Maybe he's interested in AEW. He's hear all the talking and he's interested. But at the same time, maybe he's just a fan. He doesn't really plan on going there. But then again, who knows? Who knows? All right, last one at Ben GM Harris. Wouldn't expect to see this from JR. Race, religion, and politics have always had a place in wrestling. Surely, deep down, he knows this. And JR says, I'm fully aware of it, Ben. Likely before you were even born. Nothing less. I prefer to stay away from storyline, meaning with race, religion, and politics on TV wrestling. Just my 2 cents. Like, what does the people get from JR? It's not like he's saying he prefers it that way. That race should not be involved, politics should not be involved. But these dumb niggas out here are like, oh, but it's always been there. It's always been. So it's like, it has to happen because it's always been there. Like, stop. You're making me mad. Just stop. Just stop. Okay, apparently there's some happening here. Uh-oh, something happened. Holy fuck. This is no good. Yeah, I don't, like, what the fuck, man? I'm sorry, I have to say this. Like, what? When you're a WWE superstar, how the fuck are you fucking things up for yourself? Like, how are you getting arrested for doing shit? Like, what are you doing to get arrested nowadays, huh? Shouldn't you know by now that if you don't do this, this won't happen to you? I'm just asking a question. Because I don't know what the fuck, what goes through your head when you're a WWE superstar and you're on your free time, like whether you're traveling from one city to another or whatever the fuck you're doing. Like, what are you doing exactly? What are you thinking in your head to make you be like, I'm gonna do this, and then nothing's gonna happen? Like, do you feel like you're untouchable, you're invincible when you are a wrestler? Is that what this is? Alright, so I'm gonna lead up to this. Hold on. Big update on Jimmy Uso's criminal charges for recent arrest. Okay, so SmackDown Tag Team Champion, yeah, you heard that right. Tag Team Champion Jimmy Uso just caught a big break in his Detroit, Michigan. Oh, wait. Oh, no, it's an update. Oh, I thought he got arrested again. Never, but still though, what the fuck are you doing for me to get arrested nowadays? Good grief, man. Holy shit. But yeah, he caught a big break. I guess he caught a big break from his criminal case after he and his lawyer, John Freeman, landed a deal with prosecutors, according to TMZ. Instead of facing possible jail time from charges of disorderly conduct and obstruction of justice, Uso is pleading no contest to a charge of interfering with government employee. He has ordered to pay $450 in fine, and the case is now closed. Actually, that's actually not bad for a wrestler. Like, when you're getting paid dollar bills, like how much the Usos have been getting paid over the years, you know, I'm sure they're getting paid a lot. So $450 ain't much to lose. I mean, yeah, to pay a fine, it sucks, because, like, when you pay a fine, it's like, why am I paying for this? I should be paying for something else with those $450, you know? But still, $450 for a guy who gets thousands of bucks weekly, for all I know. I don't know how much you get paid, but I'm just saying, like, for a guy that gets paid a lot, you know, $450, not much to lose. But I'm just, like, for a fine, by the way, you know? As noted before, Naomi was driving their car down the wrong way of the 1 one-way street in downtown Detroit back in February 13 when the two were pulled over at 10:22 p.m. Why the fuck was she driving? Who allowed her to drive? Whoever was with them and they allowed them to drive, you're a fucking bucket. There's no way. Nobody saw these niggas were drunk and then nobody came up and said, yeah, let me call you an Uber or Lyft, whatever the fuck, taxi, whatever. Let me get you there instead of you getting in your car and driving it yourself. Like what? Was Name thinking? I'm one of those drunks that gets better at driving when you're drunk. Like what? Okay. Police noted that their 2018 Dodge Journey reeked of alcohol. Police said Naomi told them that she was visiting from out of town and didn't know the streets. What? Okay. Naomi also said that Jimmy was intoxicated. Police said Jimmy pulled Naomi back into the car when they asked her to get out to talk. Police also said they asked Jimmy to stay seated in the car, but that's when he got out, took his shirt off, and oh, I'm surprised he didn't get. Oh. Okay. He took off his shirt and squared up with the officers like he wanted to fight. And officers pulled out his taser and ordered Jimmy to get on the ground, and he did. So he wanted to fight a cop, and then when he saw the taser, he bitched out and he just went down to his belly first onto the ground. No, like, this is bad, but this is funny to hear at the same time, man. If he was a different skin color, he would have got shot. That is a guarantee. Oh, shit. I blocked myself. I can make that joke. I'll go fuck. Jimmy was then arrested for disorderly conduct and obstruction of justice. He was taken to the Detroit Detention Center where he bonded out soon after. WB issued a statement on the arrest shortly after it came out in the news. They said Jonathan Fatu is responsible for his own personal actions. The Usos should win the tag team titles from Shane and Miz. Days later, at the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view, indicated there's no heat from officials. Naomi, who was never arrested or charged, which was fucking bullshit. How is she driving on the wrong end of the one road shits, which I fucking hate in the States, how there's so many one-way fucking roads. When I went to New York almost 2 years ago, I swear to God, I hated it there because the street I was living on and almost every fucking area in New York had one-way roads. I fucking hated it. I swear, it sucked ass hugely, man. God, the only time one-way works for you is when you're jaywalking across the street. That's the only thing that's the only positive of that entire situation of a one-way street. Like, it just... Oh, God, I hate it. I don't know how people can drive in New York. How fucking have cars lined up next to each other. Like, holy shit, man. On the road, too, by the way. It's crazy. Fucking Brooklyn. Jesus Christ. Anyways, again, like, I don't know how she was never arrested, even though she was driving on the wrong side, yet she still didn't get no charges. Like, what's up with that? She was driving. Didn't they catch her driving? Detroit, man. What are you doing, man? Come on. Anyways. Naomi, who was never arrested or charged with a crime, later defended her actions to a fan on Twitter. She wrote, "I was not ticketed. I was not drinking. Leaving the lot. I was unaware that it existed. I was unaware that it exits to a one-way street. It was dark, snow, no traffic, no signs. I was pulled, immediately made a mistake, and I own it. As for my husband, he's more of a man you'll ever be, and I'll leave it at that. Hashtag blocked." You see, when it comes to situations like these, I would never tweet me shit to somebody because I know that they're going to do shit, and Like, it's funny for me to read this now over a month later because it's funny. To me, it's funny, you know. And then I just find it funny, for me at least, because it helps me at the same time, you know. Shit like this helped me. It helped me realize, dude, drinking ain't shit. I mean, I drink only when I'm with friends at their house, and I know how to get home, and I'm walking towards the bus stop to get home. I don't drive, so I'm good, you know. And a part of me doesn't want to get a driver's license anyway, because the way our mans are getting pulled up and bad shit happens nowadays. I don't want it no more. Fuck that shit. But that's just me. But yeah, Naomi, I guess she didn't know that where she was going. That's why she didn't get nothing. Fair enough. I mean, if anyone else did that, they would have got something, guaranteed. I'm not saying that because she's a woman. No, not because of that. It's just because she didn't know shit. She don't know where. She's not familiar with Detroit, obviously. But if anyone else, then yeah, they would have got something at least. They would have got something out of it. For those who missed it, and there's the mugshot below. The mugshot. The man looks like he's sleeping. That man looks tired. Like he had a hard day's work and he just wanted to sleep. And that man took a bad photo of him. Jesus Christ. But yeah, it's funny to read all this shit. Because I don't... Like, all I have to do is see someone get arrested. Oh, this guy got arrested. But then when you read it, it's funny as hell. It's funny, man. It's funny. So there's an update. He just had to pay $450 of a fine. Jimmy Uso's good. But again, why? Why are you drinking to a point where you got drunk, man? I understand you living your life. You've been living your best life. I ain't going back and forth with nobody. But I'm just saying, man, why do it to a point where you gotta get yourself intoxicated? And nigga, you almost fought a cop. Any other person, I swear to God. Boom! Done! like you're lucky. You're lucky, man. I'm just like, what are you doing to yourself for you to do that? It's just dumb, you know. It's just dumb. It's just dumb. By the way, JoJo's pregnant. Cool, cause I'm like, where is JoJo? I miss JoJo. I'm a fan of JoJo. Ever since she's like, I want to be a wrestler. I don't like Eva Marie. You want to just go there for fame and shit. I mean, it made me like JoJo a lot. Ever since the old Total Divas days, you know, season 1, you know, made me like JoJo a lot. I was a real big fan of her. But then after that, she became a ring announcer, which she sounded good. She I think she sang for SummerSlam at one point, which was cool. But yeah, then she did the whole thing with Bray Wyatt, which, and then yeah, the rest is history. But you know, JoJo's prego, nice. They have a little kid of her own. So I guess we're going to have Mike Rome do the ring announcing, which is cool. Mike Rome, you know. The guy with the weird hair, the Jimmy Neutron hair. Yeah, that dude. And then we got Greg Hamilton. So, yeah. Okay. Backstage news on Charlotte Flair defeating Asuka for the title. On SmackDown Live on Tuesday, Charlotte faced Asuka for the Women's Championship. It was a rematch of the WrestleMania 34 encounter, and once again, Charlotte beat her for the Women's title, becoming an 8-time Women's Champion. Originally, plans for Ronda Rousey to defend the Raw Women's title against Charlotte and Becky at WrestleMania. Now, there are 2 champions in the match. According to Dave Meltzer on the latest edition of the Wrestling Observer Radio, Charlotte winning the SmackDown Women's title was not planned until the day of SmackDown Live. Original plans for the week were Mandy Rose to face Carmella, Naomi, and Sonya Deville to see who should face Asuka at WrestleMania. Meltzer went on to say that Vince apparently scrapped the plans of a 4-way match on the show and wrote on the F4W forums that McMahon did not want to have Asuka face the winner of that match since nobody would care about it anyway. Good on you, Vince. You know exactly what you're doing. Thank you. Nobody would give a fuck if it was Mella, Naomi, Deville, or Rose winning that match. Mandy Rose is cool, but she ain't championship material yet. Deville is cool, but same thing. Naomi... like, change something about you, because I'm still a fan of yours, but You're a bit stale for me. You know, you coming out doing the shoot dance and then sliding down the freaking ramp. That's cool and all. And the music is a bit annoying, you know, but... And then you have dreads in your... I don't know what the fuck, but... She gotta change something. You know, that's just me. And Carmella, the woman that has the worst render for a WWE superstar I have ever seen. That picture of her still haunts me to this fucking day, man. That render of her with that smile, that grin. I'm so happy my girlfriend does not wear fucking makeup. I'm so happy my girlfriend does not wear makeup. I swear, man. All natural. All fucking natural. Because there's no fucking way I could ever take a picture of somebody who look like how Carmella looks in their photo. Oh my god, yo. Like, oh, I don't remember Carmella looking that bad as far as a picture goes. And then she just had a bad day, and I don't know what happened. I'm sorry. Okay, let me move on. The idea of Charlotte going to WrestleMania with the title has been talked about for a while, but the trigger was pulled last night. As of this moment, Asuka is not scheduled to be involved in the main event of WrestleMania. WrestleMania 35 takes place in April 7th inside MetLife Stadium. As always, Wrestling Inc. has the live coverage and blah, blah, blah. So, that's cool. That's cool. Rich knows what he's doing. That nobody would care if either Rose DeVille, Mella, or Naomi would win a Fatal 4-Way to winner faces Asuka for the championship. Nobody would give a fuck whatsoever. Like, would you care? Be honest. Let me know in the comments below if you made it this far in the podcast. Like, would you actually care if one of those women won the match to go on to face Asuka on their already stacked WrestleMania card, huh? Nah. No. No. Okay. AEW. Double or Nothing main event revealed. WWE Legends talk AEW on Road to Double or Nothing. It was revealed in the latest episode of All Elite's Road to Double or Nothing series that has a grudge match between Omega and Jericho would headline AEW's first event. You can see the full 9th episode of Road to Double or Nothing above. It also features appearances by WWE Hall of Famers Scott Hall, DDP, Diamond Dallas Page, Eric Bischoff, Tony Schiavone, the StarCast crew, and more. This Jericho v Omega match will be a rematch of New Japan Pro Wrestling's Wrestle Kingdom 12 event in 2017. That event saw Omega retain his IWGP United States title over Jericho in a no disqualification match. Great match, by the way. Really loved it. It was cool to see Jericho in a different wrestling promotion for me, because it's weird to look at it in WCW all old and shit, but like to see him nowadays in a different wrestling company outside of WWE, because he's been there for 16, 17 years, it's crazy, you know? This episode also features Omega, who is also one of the executive vice presidents of AEW, cut a promo on Jericho to reveal their match as the main event. Omega, speaking from the recent Chicago Comic and Entertainment Expo, said Jericho couldn't beat him with the no DQ stipulation before, and he won't be able to beat him this time. And Omega says here, so will I thank Chris Jericho if he beats me at Double or Nothing? Isn't that the big question? We all owe him a big thank you, don't we? We wouldn't be successful without you, Chris, Omega joked. Maybe I do owe ya a proper thanks, but I'll tell you what, you're not going to get it from me unless you beat me. If you can, yeah, I'll thank you. Why not? That's the problem, Chris. You're not going to have to beat me first. You couldn't get the job done before. What makes you think now without a hardcore stipulation, without you being able to use weapons, without you being able to do whatever the hell you want, that you can actually beat me? I don't know. But I am eagerly awaiting your response, and I'm eagerly awaiting to meet you again at Double or Nothing in the main event. So that's cool. Double or Nothing, AEW's first event, takes place on Saturday, May 25th from the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. As the match card is listed below: grudge match, Jericho Omega main event, Pentagon Jr. and Rey Fenix taking on the Young Bucks for the AAA World Tag Team titles. All Elite Team Wrestling, or Team All Elite Wrestling versus Team Oriental Entertainment Wrestling, which is SoCal Uncensored. Daniels, Kazarian, Sky versus Sema and 2 partners to be announced. Over the budget battle royale: Kip Sabian, Sonny Kiss, Ace Romero, Brandon Coulter, and the rest to be determined. Adam Page versus Pac and Cody versus to be determined. And Britt Baker versus Kylie Ray versus Nyla Rose is also happening at AEW's Double or Nothing show in less than a month, or less than 2 months away. So, cool. AEW, man. I'm just waiting for the TV stuff. That's what I care about the most, because it's easy for some, not easy, but like, you know, anyone almost. If you have the right money and the product and the camera and all that shit, then you could watch anyone pretty much do a pay-per-view. You know, when they did All In, sick. It was great. When I came home, I watched everything, and man, it was a show I'll never forget. But Double or Nothing, I don't know, man. There's a lot of people. I haven't really paid attention to the indie scene nowadays like I did before, so it's gonna be tough for me to watch this show. Like, maybe not. Maybe there's only a couple matches I am willing to watch. Like, I actually care about. Like, maybe Cody Rhodes versus somebody, right? Adam Page versus Pac. Maybe the Battle Royale. I'm willing to watch that because I like Battle Royales. I do. Maybe the Team All Elite Wrestling versus the Team Oriental Entertainment Wrestling match. I might watch that. Like, I might care about that. AAA Tag Team Title. I'm definitely gonna care about that. The Young Bucks versus Junior and Phoenix? Bruh. I may have not been watching Impact for the past couple of months, ever since they went to the new channel. But, I always keep them in my head, how good they are in the ring. Okay? And then Omega and Jericho rematch. So, Double or Nothing. I can't wait for that as well. Nice. And what else is there? What else is there I could talk about? Backstage news on Asuka WrestleMania plans? She's probably going to be in the Battle Royale, right? Most likely. I think she's going to be in the Battle Royale. Let's see. As previously noted, last Tuesday, SmackDown featured an unexpected turn of events when Asuka lost the championship to Charlotte Flair in a one-on-one match. On the same night, number one contenders match for a chance at the women's title, SmackDown women's title at WrestleMania was cut, leaving Asuka, Carmella, Naomi, Mandy Rose, and Deville off of WrestleMania with no plans. That's what it seems like. In the latest Wrestling Observer newsletter, it was mentioned how the original plan up until the day of the show was to indeed have Asuka defend her championship at WrestleMania in a 4-way match. Apparently, Rose was booked to pull off a victory in the 4-way and have her second title match against Asuka. WWE's decision to cut the match centered around how lengthy the fucking card is, which is too much. Fucking 17 matches? Nigga, what? 15, 16, 17, 18 why? All that damn matches. Fuck, we need that for. I mean, we love wrestling, but not that much. like, God damn it. Holy shit. That's too much. So they cut the match centered around how lengthy the card for WrestleMania has turned out, and they reportedly wanted to remove the match with little interest and use it to boost the main event. There was no word on if Rose would have defeated Asuka at Mania, although a change to the stipulations may occur for now. SmackDown Women's Champion Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch, and Raw Women's Champion Ronda Rousey will face off in a triple threat match for Rousey's title at WrestleMania 35. So, yeah. Pretty much, yeah, that was supposed to happen. But sadly, not the case. Sadly, not the case. I don't know what news. Apparently, Goldust is done with WWE. Like, he's done. I guess he quits. I mean, does anybody care? Not really. He'd probably be like a backstage agent for all we know. Or maybe he's like completely, like, out of, like, he's done. You know what I mean? Like, he's out. Let's see. Triple H. I'm gonna have Takeover on Friday. I'm gonna get inducted to the Hall of Fame on Saturday. And I'm gonna bury Batista on the grandest stage of them all. Okay, I need to drink water after that. Triple H hosted a media call to promote TakeOver in New York, which I fucking hate how they titled that, even though it's basically TakeOver Brooklyn, but, you know, fuck me, right? Anyways, yeah. Blah, 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 blah. WrestleMania, the next TakeOver is after WrestleMania weekend, being scheduled for Saturday, June 8th, from the San Jose State University Event Center in San Jose, California. Wow. TakeOver will be the only event that there will be no WWE pay-per-view on Sunday. That's crazy. So you're telling me that'll be like the first TakeOver without a freaking WWE pay-per-view to follow, right? Since 2015? When they had TakeOver London? Remember that? It was on a Wednesday. They had a TakeOver on Wednesday. At that time. It was after TLC. So, I think that's the first time where, like, a TakeOver is by itself with no show to follow after it. So, that's insane. Yeah, during the media call, Triple H was asked if WrestleMania cards would benefit from having less matches and less time like TakeOver events have. He talked about the consistent battle of trying to give everyone something to do and said there are always evaluating what makes the show work. He also said WrestleMania is epic and it needs to feel that way. Yeah. Okay, I'm not going to do I'm not going to try to do yeah, that's a constant battle of giving everybody's everything at that WrestleMania needs to be, making it important, making everybody have something. He said in response, if you leave somebody off the card or if you don't put this on there, you know people will say it's disrespectful or how can they not involve this in the card. But then again, you need to have something for everybody and you need to have it be a reasonable length of time. There are so many factors that go into all this, and we're constantly evaluating all of them. I like the way TakeOver feels and set. I like leaving them wanting a bit more with that brand. When you get to the end and you're feeling like everything was epic and it wasn't too much, then again, WrestleMania is the biggest show that there is. 75,000 people in the MetLife Stadium or so, and that is epic. And that it's epic, and it needs to feel that way. I think it's hopefully all delivers, but that's a consistent thing that we evaluate and look at on every level. So I guess I said when you talk about NXT TakeOver with a smile on my face, I said that. I said what he said here about TakeOver, saying that, like, you know, he like how it is, you know, want the people wanting more a little bit, you know what I mean, with less on the card. I like how he said that because it's true. We want less. Less is more. Ever heard that? Vince? Less is fucking more. Golly. And here's the thing, though. A lot of people out here, they don't really fuck with Triple H having a match at WrestleMania, but they fuck with Triple H with NXT and stuff. I fuck with Triple H both ways. Like, him having a match on WrestleMania and him being in control of the NXT. Because, honestly, I feel like I haven't had enough time with Triple H yet. That's just me. Because I started watching this shit late. That's my fault. And when you watch the network time after time and you've seen it all, you know, it's like, okay, you've been there, you've done that. So, I want to see something new. So, at one point, I was like, when is he going to win the WWE title and become a 14-time champion instead of leaving it at 13? Because 13 seems so lame, you know? And at this point, I think, like, John Cena was at, like, what, 15 or 16? No, before 16. And, like, you know? And then what happened? Triple H won the Rumble and became WWE champion. I'm like, I got what I wanted. So, and then Triple H went on to face guys like Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, Daniel Bryan, Sting, and All these people that I actually want to see wrestle, you know. So and now Triple H is fighting Batista this year. So as much as people don't want him on the card, I actually don't mind seeing Triple H at WrestleMania. That's just me, though. As noted, Kurt Angle will have his final match at WrestleMania 35 against Baron fucking Corbin. That's nice to know. Although there have been rumors of Angle's opponent being reconsidered, the two are currently scheduled to collide on the grandest stage of them all. In the meantime, Angle will perform both on Raw and SmackDown, facing opponents from his storied career like Mysterio, AJ Styles, and Samoa Joe, like he did on Monday Night Raw this week. On the latest episode of Wrestling Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer mentioned that these opponents Angle will be facing during the build of WrestleMania 35 are all personally handpicked by Angle. Despite the storyline telling fans differently, the one opponent Angle had no input in choosing was the WrestleMania opponent for this year, Corbin. So Angle will face Styles for the first time in a WWE ring on SmackDown, which I guess this article came out before SmackDown Live on Tuesday. So it's nice to know that Angle's facing all these guys, but in the end, I don't want to see Angle wrestle these guys. I'm not saying I don't want to see the match, you know, even though I want to see Angle wrestle, but I feel like people like Angle can get better. They know what to do, but at the same time, I feel like if Angle wants to continue wrestling, I don't know. Like, they should give this guy at least a year to get a lot better in the ring. Let him train more. You know, give him all this time. If you want to do that with Angle, I mean, look at Jericho. At one point, dude was lean as fuck a couple of years ago. You know, he was still in his 40s, but yeah, he was lean as fuck, had abs and everything. I mean, nowadays, not so much. Looking like a Cassius Ohno 2.0, but that's besides the point, you know? I'm just saying, like, these guys can get fit. They can get better in the ring. It's just that now, we're at a point where Kurt Angle's not really doing that good. Kurt Angle just looks super slow in the ring, and he just looks like he's tired. Like he's just doing this just to get it over with, and then, you know, when it comes to WrestleMania, like, he's fighting Corbin. Corbin's not really exciting in the ring. Like, it's so predictable when you Irish whip the guy to the fucking corner, and he slides under, goes to one end to the other, and then he goes back in the ring and hits you with a clothesline. It's so predictable. Like, I'm expecting it to happen when he gets Irish whipped into the corner. I'm expecting him to slide out, slide back in, clothesline. I'm expecting it to happen, you know? Only thing I'm not expecting it to happen is either the End of Days or the Deep Six. Those two moves are the only two moves that I don't expect Angle or Corbin rather to hit like so quick and so smooth. But I guess a guy like Kurt Angle, it's gonna be tough for me to sit here and just enjoy this match. I don't know how everyone else is gonna enjoy it. Storyline wise, this is perfect. Okay, not perfect, but like this is great for Kurt Angle, because storyline wise I'm talking about, because, well, Corbin fucked him over for all these times, and then Angle wants to leave on a high note, getting payback on the one fucking guy that cost him everything in his GM role, you know? Makes sense, but does anybody care? Nope. You know, so there's that. Goldust is done with the WWE, according to Pro Wrestling Sheet. Goldust's contract recently expired, and he became a free agent after the 90-day no-compete clause. But where the fuck is Goldust gonna wrestle? Where is he gonna wrestle? Nowhere. Exactly. And there's no word on, like, he could wrestle anywhere. I'm just saying, like, well, they don't want to care? Not that much. No, not really. Unless he be Dustin Runnels, maybe he'll do that. I don't know. There's no word on when exactly the deal expired, but word is that he will be a free agent in May. Goldust competed in the fifth annual Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale at Mania 34 and at the Greatest Royal Rumble in 2018, and his TV and live appearances have been limited since then. He underwent surgery on both of his knees last July, and all WWE mentions from the former Goldust Twitter account have been moved. Dustin Rhodes is now tweeting from at Dustin Rhodes, and his bio now reads like this: actor, author, entertainer, appearance manager, and Scott, and then he puts his email here, film agent, and then email here in his bio. So there's been speculation on a possible Dustin versus Cody at AEW's Double or Nothing on May 25th. It was recently announced that Cody will be facing a mystery opponent, and he stated things are personal between them. The rumor picked up when the 9th Road to Double or Nothing episode was released earlier today. Seen below. The video includes a tease for a match when Cody's seamstress asks if she should stay away from Gold. So, yeah, maybe Goldust might go on to face his own bro. That'd be cool. Do what WWE should have done years ago. Have the bros go at it at Mania. God damn it. WWE is so fucking... I just want to... Shoryuken. I just like... Oh, just... dumb. Alright, the last thing I want to talk about before I get out of here, because there's nothing much for me to say this week. Obviously there's going to be a lot more people talking about... Like, I'm going to... When people are going to be talking about the news that they got exclusively from others, then I'm going to make videos talking about that. So, keep that in mind if you made it this far into the podcast. 1 hour! Holy shit. Okay. Finally, the WWE announces 4 big network specials and more taping for WrestleMania 35 Access. Triple H has announced that Mania 35 Access will feature a Netherworlds Collide theme with male and female superstars from NXT, NXT UK, Raw, SmackDown 205 Live doing a battle at each session. Matches will air over 4 WWE Network specials. There will also be 3 NXT UK TV episodes taped at Access, which I don't like it. I hate it when they tape episodes of NXT at Access. It just looks so poor. It just looks so weak to me, man. It's like I'm watching a live event. Ugh. No, I don't want to see that. I'm sorry. Themes for the WWE Network specials are NXT versus NXT UK Alumni, Cruiserweights Collide, Brand Battles, and Women Collide. Below the full announcement on the tapings with matches confirmed, plus Triple H tweet. NXT Superstars versus NXT Alumni, Cruiserweights Collide, and more WrestleMania Access. Then on Thursday, NXT versus NXT Alumni. Friday, Cruiserweights Collide, NXT UK tapings on Saturday, Brands Battle Sunday at 8 a.m. to noon. Holy fuck. And then Women's Collide April 8th on Mondays from noon to 4 p.m. That is crazy. All that for WrestleMania Access. So that's... Wow. That's a lot. That is a lot of shit. Okay. Are there any news or rumors? News or rumors on Brock Lesnar's status and The Undertaker's status for WrestleMania? I'm going to type in WrestleMania 35 news. Okay. Let's see what's going on. I want to know what's going on with WrestleMania, man, because I'm thinking it's... I heard 5 hours, I heard 8 hours, your mama hours. Like, it's crazy. I'm hearing a lot of shit, so let's see what's up with this. Wow. Fucking ad? Fuck off, please. Okay. WrestleMania 35 happens on April 7th in New Jersey. Yes, New Jersey! Not the shadow of New York. Not in New York, you fucks. No, New Jersey! East Rutherford, New Jersey! That's where MetLife Stadium is. That's where the building is. East Rutherford, New Jersey. Fuck! Holy shit. Insulting me when you're saying that. Like, I don't know my shit, man. I remember when I'm on the bus leaving New York and I see the MetLife Stadium from a distance. I think I didn't know. Fuck off. Anyways. Yeah, Mania 35 is a culmination of WrestleMania season, which began in January at the Rumble, continued through the Chamber and Fastlane in February and March, respectively. Biggest match on the card is Rousey, Lynch, Flair for the women's title. We'll also see Daniel Bryan versus Kingston for the WWE title. And here's the start time. Okay, start time. WrestleMania 35 takes place in New Jersey on April 7th. The main card... Huh? Oh, thank God. Oh, my... I was about to cry. Oh, my God. Okay, but... wait, I don't know. Okay, look. Okay. Okay. The main card starts at 4 p.m. Pacific time. Okay? So that's like what? Okay, that's 7. Okay, good. Alright, okay. If you're a WWE Network subscriber at $9.99 per month, but free for new subscribers for a month, you can watch it live for free. Otherwise, you need to contact your local cable provider and pay a separate fee to watch. The kickoff show will likely be at 2 p.m. Pacific time. So, thank God. I thought for a second I didn't read the PT. At first it said WrestleMania will start at 4 p.m. I was about to be like, what? Whoa! You're telling me WrestleMania starts before fucking sun even goes down? Holy shit. That's crazy. The match card so far is Rousey, Lynch, Flair, Bryan Kingston, Lesnar, Rollins, Balor, Lashley, Joe Mysterio, Women's Tag Team Title Fatal 4-Way match, and then Murphy, Nice, McIntyre, Reigns, Batista, Triple H, Orton, Styles, McMahon, Miz, Corbin, Angle, and the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Whew. That's what's going on so far. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, 13. How much you want to bet? Guarantee 3 matches are going on the kickoff show. I'll be shocked if 2 went in. Or 1, maybe. But 3 of them are going in the kickoff show. Want to know what those matches are? The Battle Royale. That's number 1. The Cruiserweight title match, even though it shouldn't go because Nice versus Murphy. I mean, there's some that's actually interesting. You know, Nice brought Murphy into 205, and then Murphy turned his back on him now since Nice is no more contender for the Cruiserweight title. It's cool, and I wouldn't be shocked if Mysterio and Joe is going to be on the kickoff show. I wouldn't be shocked. At all. So, those are the 3 matches I expect to be on the kickoff show because fuck WWE. If anything, what should be on the kickoff show is Miz versus Shane. Okay. Angle versus Corbin. And the 4-way women's tag team title match. Those should be on the kickoff show. Everything else should be on the main... Oh, whoa. My bad. One more. The Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. That should be on the fucking kickoff show as well. I forgot about that. My bad. That too. So 4 matches on the kickoff show. Okay? So if you take away those, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 matches on the main show. And then you go, WrestleMania will be at about 4 hours. Poof. There you go. Holy shit. So that's going on with WrestleMania. What is the backstage details on Brock Lesnar's status after WrestleMania 35? Do I really give a fuck? No, not really. Separate reports that Lesnar's schedule with the WWE following WrestleMania is closely guarded, secretly backstage. With only a select few in the know on when the Beast will be featured in WWE. So, we don't know. He might be here. Might not be. Honestly, I don't give a fuck. Someone to take out the belt off of Brock at WrestleMania. I don't give a fuck. Okay? Okay, something about the WWE news. Forgotten Superstar says he has not retired. Confirms return. Who the fuck? Oh, Harper. Luke Harper is coming back. Oh, okay. Luke Harper was announced to be in the Worlds Collide at the thing. He'll be taking on Dominic. Donovan Dijak. That nigga is going to be facing Luke Harper. In this whole World Collide thing at the Access. And Harper says, to all those asking if I'm retired, my return to WWE has been confirmed. Just tell Gorge to stay the hell away from me. There you go. So Harper's not retiring. Why the fuck would he? He's cool, nice, don't go anywhere yet. Undertaker. What's going on with him? Brad Shepard has literally confirmed that the WWE Universe does not want to hear on "Oh, you didn't know" podcast. He said, WWE is now operating as if The Undertaker will not be at WrestleMania, which is a big surprise to people internally. They did expect he would probably at least appear. They would work it out. Doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like that's going on to happen. That's going to happen now, at least as of right now. They're operating like as if he's not going to be there. So very interesting. It's going to be odd to watch WrestleMania without a match featuring The Undertaker. Let's just hope that somehow WWE get him to appear in a squash match at least, just like he did with John Cena last year. He's gonna make an appearance. I'm gonna go on a limb and say he's gonna be there. But for some reason, if he's not wrestling at WrestleMania, which is odd, not really. I mean, there's gonna be a time where we're gonna have a WrestleMania without The Undertaker. But still, think about it like this: he's not gonna wrestle at WrestleMania, but he's gonna wrestle in Saudi Arabia, though. You know what I mean? You gotta think about that. And that's all, man. I think that's it. Yeah, I don't wanna force anything else. I just wanna leave it at this. I don't care about The Rock's WrestleMania I don't care about The Rock and wrestling anymore. I just don't. I gave up on The Rock since 2016. I gave up on The Rock as far as is he gonna show up to wrestling ever again. I just give that up, okay? Like when man said he's never, what did he say in 2011, people? I am never ever going away. And what did he do? He went away. So I don't care what anybody says, man. He got movies to do. So unless I hear him from out of nowhere, I'm not ever going to expect The Rock to ever show up on WTV. I had my fun when The Rock came back in 2011, 2012. That was cool. You know, Rock winning the title from CM Punk in the Rumble in Phoenix, Arizona. That was awesome for me. I loved that. His feud with John Cena. But still, you know, it was cool that The Rock was showing up all these times and me just having jokes and just watching how he works, understanding how everybody loves this guy and why he is one of the greatest of all time in WWE. Now, I could honestly give one little fuck if The Rock shows up at WrestleMania, because guess what? With all the movies that he's making, he don't need WWE. He don't need him. Nope, he don't need him at all. So, there you go. With WrestleMania just 3 weeks away, I guess this was last week's report, the excitement is sky high. No, it's not. For the WWE Universe. The pay-per-view is stacked with some blockbuster matches. Okay, now you're just bullshitting me. Anyways, since The Rock is immensely popular in the WWE Universe, the fans expect the former WWE World Champion to show up in every WrestleMania. However, The Rock finds it difficult to manage time every WrestleMania, as he is extremely busy with movie and promotion. Great One missed the last 2 WrestleMania events, and the fans were certainly disheartened. As a matter of fact, he was scheduled to take part in the Ronda Rousey match debut last year, but Angle was replaced by the Great One with the return of Roman Reigns previous month. Many fans anticipated a match between the 2 elite superstars. So yeah, there we go. That's it. That's all I got to say, man. In the end of the day, man, I hope WrestleMania does become a good show. But just by judging on the card and the way how they book things, it's not looking good at all. That's just me. What do you guys think, man? What do you guys think of WrestleMania and, you know, Jimmy Uso being able to pay $450 on the fine and the WrestleMania build and how it is to you? Because to me, it doesn't feel the same anymore. And WrestleMania being too fucking long, you know. What do you guys think? Leave your comments down below. Hope you guys enjoyed the 7 Days podcast. I plan on making things a little longer this time, an hour. Why not? You know, listen to your boy speak and ramble and scream in your fucking ears for no reason. You know, curse along the way and still have the video monetized, which is funny. Anyways, hope you guys enjoy it. Like, subscribe, follow me on Twitter. Universe Small videos are coming up. Stay tuned, and I'm out. later.